Porch Talk Podcast, episode 1. I don't know how to start this, but that's how it's starting. It's just that. Okay. That's the whole intro. It's me.
Great.
I'm Obrodo. Hi. How you doing? We have Lisa.
Hi.
That's Lisa. She just said hi, you know. And then we have Thomas, aka Charmelio motherfucking Salamander.
The motherfucker is silent.
But the motherfucker is silent. And I don't know. It's just the first episode. We're just going to see how it goes, see where it goes. It's just going to be 3 people having conversations about random things.
That's what
I
we
looked
do.
at the camera like they can see me look at the camera. Because I'm like, I looked right at it like, what's up? How you doing? And it's not even on.
Sir, you're not streaming.
It's not even on,
today,
bro.
sir.
It's not, oh.
Did you reach for the button too? To
Yes,
flip it
I
over and
reached.
make it
I
real
literally.
big?
Nice job.
Okay. That's staying in, by the way. That's not getting edited out.
I mean, you're gonna deny the people this unfiltered goodness of us?
Absolutely.
Now you might ask, why a podcast? Why did 3 random people start a podcast? Because we can. Next question.
Why? No. Why? Why are we doing a podcast? That is an actual question, because some people are going to ask and say, "Who the f are you?
Who are you?
And why do you deserve to have a podcast?"
Exactly.
And it's because the community has asked for it.
They wanted it. They want a podcast. They want stuff to listen to when we're not streaming, and when I'm not streaming, when I'm not live, I'm not talking to people. They want stuff to listen to. So a podcast is perfect because I go on rants all the time, and now I have 2 other people that can listen to my rants and provide input on just what makes me angry. I'm still looking at the camera.
Rant number 1. Why is this camera still here?
What are you looking at?
When streamers go wild.
Streamers gone
Whoa.
wild.
That's a different kind of
Oh
video.
boy.
That's for the OnlyFans content.
Oh,
So,
boy.
yes, there is a podcast. We plan on doing this podcast. When? How often? Tell us about the plans for the podcast. Hopefully.
Me? You want me to tell you that?
Yes.
I want to do at least one once a week for like 30 to 45 minutes. I want to release them on Friday because I think I'm going to start not streaming on Fridays. And this is going to be what happens on Friday as I post this, because I think that's a really good thing to do.
Yes.
I do enjoy stuff like this. So hopefully I enjoy this very much, which I already am.
Hopefully the community.
Hopefully
enjoy.
the people who listen, the community, the Obruddas, the Cheek Squad, whoever's listening. I hope you guys enjoy this too. It's going to be super unfiltered. It's going to be like 45 minutes of us not staying on topic whatsoever.
The goal is to be on topic, for the record.
It's to be on topic, but our goals, we could probably talk for 45 minutes about goals of not staying on topic. Right?
The goal is to derail the shit out of this.
Yes. However,
Perfect.
we're going to try not to.
They
Okay.
are. I'm not.
Now, you might ask, for anybody random who just happens to stumble upon this podcast, who am I? That's a good question. Can you tell me, please? Anyway,
It's your boy.
it's your boy.
They just get to that part. They're just like, oh, bet that answers everything.
It's your boy, Moody Maple 7. No, not Moody Maple 7. I'm Obrodo. Okay, I already explained that at the beginning. I made the community, which named themselves the Obruddas, and they come from Twitch. They come from TikTok. I make TikToks all the time of random things. I sit on the camera sometimes because people like my butt. I don't know why. And that's where we are today. So if you want to know who I am, it's literally just, you just probably Google Obrodo and stuff's going to come up. Hopefully not in my butt though. But it might.
I sit on the camera sometimes.
I'm so glad that this is part of. Okay.
I have sat on the camera, dude. I had a whole Gibby execution where I sat on the camera.
I know you did. So, where did Obrodo, that's his name, in case you didn't know, where did Obrodo get his start in content creation and streaming?
Oh boy. Streaming happened because of this lovely lady named Lisa, who is here currently. She couldn't watch me anymore stream on Steam, so I started streaming on Twitch. And those 4 years didn't matter because I didn't push, I didn't make content, I just literally streamed to stream. I started doing TikTok stuff. I was like, dude, let's make some TikTok content. And then they're like, you kind of sound like Gibby. So I started talking like Gibby. And then from Apex Legends, if you don't know what that is, it's a battle royale made by Respawn Game. It's actually really fun. I say really good. I wouldn't say fun. It's good.
Used to be.
I sound like a character on that game, and they're like, it's kind of cool. And that caused the whole pop off, and it was really fast. We went from like maybe 1,000 followers to like 10K in a couple weeks. And then over the course of a year and a little while, we hit 400,000. That's where we are today. We went from 130 followers on Twitch to 29.6K, partnered with our own stream team with a little check mark next to the name, and that's amazing. And the community named themselves. They named themselves the Obruddas. I asked them what they wanted to be named, and the top comment was the Obruddas, and that's what it's been. And the cheek squad comes from my logo's butt cheeks. Literally, it's just a set of orange butt cheeks. Because I call.
Don't worry, I'll get it in the.
Yeah,
logo.
it'll be in the logo, so you'll know what we're talking about.
Gotta have it in there somewhere.
I never really planned to be a streamer. Never. Like, even talking to Thomas, like Thomas can attest to this. I was talking to him about learning how to code when I was making content.
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning. This wasn't something that I was like super hard planning on. I just went, shit. And we did that. And suddenly this took off, and I was like, dude, what? My God. I'm doing it. I remember laying in bed all the time going, babe, I'm doing it. This is crazy.
It was crazy. It was very exciting.
The goal is not to do anything. It's just to spread positivity. People do it for money, fame, whatever. I don't care about that. I just want to, if I can help somebody, one person, I turn on that go live, and one day, just only 4 people there. Those 4 people are I'm gonna try to entertain the shit out of those 4 people.
True.
I don't care.
You did do that for a long time.
That's the whole goal. It's just to share my experience, and hopefully that has a positive impact on your day.
Yes, that is the goal. How has our community developed?
I mean,
what are some highlights?
You play with so many people in the community.
Well, I've played with a few. You've played with some too.
I guess I played with a lot as well.
You have. We need to do more community stuff. I'll tell
Honestly,
you that.
we need to have more community nights.
We do. A lot of people are busy currently, but
I know what's I mean, it's April 8th, so there's like people are prepping for finals. They're prepping to get out of school and stuff. I feel like summer's going to be a big pop-off moment too.
I hope so. But talk about how our community has how it started, how it's developed, how it's morphed into what it is now. Talk a little bit about the folks that we have around us, because a lot of people only know you from TikTok, but they don't necessarily join in on the community part of anything, which they should, because it's pretty.
Our community is fantastic. People fuck around and come in there with no sub, and they'll leave with a sub, a follow, and fucking somehow manage to have 10 bits in their account. Like, I don't understand.
True.
It would be crazy. I mean, one of my good friends we met streaming. He came in like the first month, which was January. I went from like 2 average to 15 or something, and he was one of those 15.
He was one of the first, yeah.
And then I just invited him to play some games, and now he's part of the squad. I mean, he lives in my house. Like, he lives with me. Like,
he literally lives here.
Crazy.
Now, yeah.
I can't even really say how it's evolved or anything, because I feel like it has, but it hasn't. Do you see any evolution or morphing of the community? Have you, like, even Thomas, have you seen anything that's changed a lot with the community since it's been started over a year ago?
Well, a big portion of the community came from the Apex crowd, which is fine. No hate to Apex people. I wish more people hung around for the other stuff that we do. But that's not a bad thing. I'm not poo-pooing on anybody. We've seen a lot of ups and downs in the community. We've seen people come in and there was crazy activity, and then some people left. We've had people completely leave, not us, but leave the internet and decide to go off the grid.
Oh yeah, yep.
We've had people have life emergencies that have had to leave. We've met people. We've literally met people in person. We've had people come and go. We've had people share life stories with us, and hopefully every new game you play or new thing that you do brings in more new people, because that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, people pop in. We get people from all different walks. We got Army people, Marine people. We have one guy, like she said, who left the internet completely. And he said that was his goal the whole time, was to do that. And I guess it is kind of crazy to think about stuff like that. Just to see how far the community's come, how much they've changed, like, just my life in general, our life. I mean, for God's sakes, Lisa just quit her job.
I did.
She put a month of notice in and worked it out for a month, but she feels confident enough in what we're doing now in the community that she just quit because she can actually pursue something she wants to pursue now.
Yep.
And you say, the people think streamer makes all this kind of cash and stuff. Bro, that's the community that does that. It's not me. It's the community. And people can say, oh, but that's them changing my life. I never thought I'd be in this position. I've been recognized in public. You know how weird that is? I never thought about I had some guy invite me to his restaurant.
And it was delicious.
And that place, dude, that was Persian food. I never had Persian food. That shit was fire. Oh my God.
No, it wasn't Persian. It was Peruvian.
Peruvian, not Persian. When I say Persian.
It was Peruvian food.
I gotta take commentary once, dude. That shit.
Potatoes slap.
Bro, that had some of the biggest portions I've ever seen. But he saw me in a Publix parking lot and was like, you should come to my restaurant. I love your content. You know how I never thought that would happen. I went to Nick Merck's M-Fan barbecue and got recognized. I took pictures with people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did Home Slice flag you down in the parking lot? I was like, hey, Obrodo!
I was just putting groceries in my car and he goes, you're Obrodo. And he goes, the fuck you, Obrodo, I'm Hooters Rock guy, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah. He goes, oh, dude, I love your content. You should come to my restaurant. He said, I'm in here buying ingredients for it. I'm like, what? Ingredients? I go, where is it? He told me the name of it. I saved it. I texted it to Lisa because I'd forget. I'd probably forget to eat if it didn't hurt my stomach. But it's just never thought stuff like that would happen.
You've been recognized many times locally. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's kind of wild.
It is wild. It is.
I like how you put that little that extra piece locally on there.
Yeah, locally. Recognize it locally.
We gotta. I guess we gotta take Bobo international.
Bro, Gabby said when he was in Japan, he saw somebody wearing one of my shirts.
That's fucking awesome.
Just some random person in Japan on the train or something was just wearing one of my shirts. That's nuts. To think I was literally cooking and got fired because of COVID. And I literally lost my job because of COVID. I was a chef for a while before then. I was like, dude, I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't dislike it. I just didn't want to be in the service industry. That's why I was practicing to code and to do all that kind of stuff. And then now lost my job because of COVID and started making TikTok content. And now I'm getting recognized in public for saying a voice line. For saying a meme.
Yeah, you are a meme on the internet.
I am a meme. Like, I'm on iFunny.
That's literally.
It's got its own section on it.
I'm on iFunny.
You really are. It was just wild. Who would have thought?
It's nuts. It's
Who
crazy.
would have thought? It is crazy. But a lot of people don't actually, know much about you. People that hang out in the streams might have heard some of your stories and know a little bit about you, but a lot of people don't. And they might not know why you're doing a podcast. I mean, some people might randomly just stumble upon this podcast and be like, Porch Talk, that sounds nice. They're going to have no idea.
No, they're going to have no idea what's going on. That's why I tried to explain, that I'm a streamer. I'm just a really big guy in an orange shirt. I look like a pumpkin if it wasn't cut out with no stem. I had to specify the no stem.
Thanks for that. Appreciate you. It makes all the difference.
If you turn the pumpkin on its side and the stem is sticking out forward. Yeah. That's what I look like essentially.
Like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A sideways stem on a pumpkin. I just stream it. We just decided it was time to make podcasts. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but we never had the time to do it. Now we're setting the time aside to do it because it's fun. This is nice. I would talk to these people anyway. These people, I don't know who they are. I would talk to Lisa and Thomas anyway. We're just recording it now. That's the difference.
Yeah, true. That is very accurate. So, now that we've introduced you predominantly, because I think Thomas and I are chopped liver.
No, Lisa's my fiance, just so you know. Lisa's my fiance, and Thomas is like my best friend. So you know, that's why they're here. Thomas is the homie.
Also, I don't always go by Lisa, though most of the community knows me as Lisa.
Or Letha.
Lisa.
She knows my Krella on the internet.
I do. Yeah, so now that we've introduced us as a group and individually, what first topic do we want to work on? Where do
we start? I feel like we got to hit the nail on the head and talk about the thing that I've wanted to talk about for so long and just never had a good place to do it.
It's very
and that's being fucking toxic in video games. This is not a PG podcast. We're gonna cuss, okay?
Troll.
Being toxic in video games. And now, listen, you're gonna be like, you wouldn't survive a day in COD lobbies. Listen, I was there in COD lobbies. I was there in Halo lobbies. Trash talking and toxicity is different.
We were the guys on the other end saying all the dumb shit.
Yeah, I was saying dumb shit as a child. Who doesn't say dumb stuff? Okay, but trash talking and toxicity is different.
Yeah,
they're miles apart, and there's no way people can try to prove otherwise. They're like, dude, it's just trash talking. No, it's not. I don't understand how you can even say that.
Yeah.
Thomas is in the COD lobbies. He's got montages. I've seen him.
I was such a monster back then.
Thomas out here hitting 360 fucking dark scopes and shit.
Toxicity in gaming. It's a problem.
I mean, for God's sakes, I literally haven't, I won't even reinstall Siege because I played Warden. And I didn't pick Warden. I was AFK taking a doo-doo. And I came back and I picked Warden. It was Warden for me. And I went to go reinforce a wall. Somebody shot me in the back of the head and it called me 2 or 3 different slurs. And then said, why the fuck did you pick Warden? And I'm like, dude, really? Over a character? And I said I'd never play it after that. So I didn't. Granted, I almost caved and reinstalled it because I wanted to play a shooter, but that community is so bad. It's the same reason I won't go back to Rust. Same reason I won't, because some of the like toxicity in like League, that's avoidable.
Yeah.
You can just mute people. It's avoidable to a degree, I guess I would say. But it's just, oh boy, I can't even explain it. It's hard to put it into words. In Rush, you can't avoid it. You can mute voices, but people can do really toxic shit to you even when you can't hear them.
Yeah, getting the shit creeped out of you.
Yeah.
is definitely a big thing. And toxic communities, the toxic game situation. I don't know
what have you
even
gone through? Did they have toxicity in Ragnarok?
A little bit, but it wasn't that bad. I would think like I guess if you like put Call of Duty, like that era of like Modern Warfare 2, that time frame, that was Ragnarok was before that, so I think that was like when it happened. Like that COD era that was right there is like when Toxicity just went off the fucking map. So Ragnarok beforehand wasn't that toxic. Ragnarok afterwards is toxic as fuck because everybody's just like, hey, I'm in all chat. I gotta let you know that you suck 1,800 million ways and you can't turn all chat off because nobody thought about turning it off for some reason.
And see, and the difference between that and like trash talk, like you trash talking Call of Duty, bro. You say I fucked your mom, right? You say some dumb shit like that. You say some really dumb shit, right? You don't mean
You say go touch some grass.
You don't really mean that, right? Like touch grass, that's not even toxic, bro.
No, it's not.
Sweaty, you're fucking, you're sweaty, bro. That's not being toxic. That's trash talking.
It's
Okay, that's
talking.
because that's not. And people go touch grass. They go, why are you being toxic? That's not being. That's trash talking. I'm coming at you. Okay, I'm not coming at your character. I'm not coming at you know, I'm not coming at anything like that. I'm just talking shit to you. But when you come at somebody and you're like, fucking, you're a female, go wash the dishes, bitch. Like, what? Now that's different, you know? Because now you're hitting on somebody, something somebody can't control.
So ironically, I actually started playing female characters in competitive games strictly to have people talk shit to me like that. Like I would kill them like 6 times in a row, and they'd kill me once, and they'd PM me and be like, "Hey, go back into the fucking kitchen where you fucking belong," you know? And I'm like,
I'm a 13-year-old
I'm
boy.
gonna fucking wipe my dick on you for the next 20 minutes.
That's what I can see you do it too. Oh boy, but that to me is the difference between trash talking though.
Yeah, you know, when they say that, like, you know, when they hit you with some really sexist shit like that as a man playing a female character who's shitting on the man that's real all up in his own shit, you just hit them back with like the you know, you'll never be able to please a woman. Like
you'll never be able to please a woman.
One line, that's it. Their whole fucking life is ruined.
Thomas hits him with you spent 9 months in it just to not even be able to get back in there.
Oh my
god. But see, to me, that's the difference between trash talking. See, to me, that's even trash talking.
That's still trash talking.
It's trash talking. The difference between trash talking and toxicity, okay, is trash talking is you're hitting somebody for something they can control. Being sweaty, touching grass, playing a game too much, you can just stop playing the game. Toxicity is hitting a homie with go do the dishes because you're a female. That's being toxic. I mean, you could.
Yeah, but it goes beyond that.
It does go beyond that. But I'm saying
it's when the people start getting, they find you on Twitter, and they find your LinkedIn, and they find your Facebook, and then they spam you.
I mean,
or actually try to harass you. Like, that's a problem.
I told people I was going to go play Valorant instead of Apex for a little while because I wasn't having fun playing Apex. They came through my Twitch and banned my cheeks. They got emotes banned. They got my bits emotes banned just because they didn't like the fact that I was leaving. That's toxic. That makes me not want to support your community because that stuff's just allowed to go on.
Yeah, that's actually a story semi worth telling without getting into too much detail, because it can't be just a coincidence. It cannot be just a coincidence that happened twice.
No, it's happened a few times, and it happened the first time when I got botted. We got like a fucking 25K follow bot, and then they mass reported my emotes and they got banned. The second time, which is the part that pissed me off the most, is I posted a video. I did like one of the little trends on TikTok where you like it was some kind of audio where it's like time for your next adventure. And I showed that I was going to play Valorant. It wasn't that I was just going to play only that. I'm not a one game kind of person. I play whatever. But it was saying that I'm having more fun playing something else.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to make content on other games because I was afraid of losing the audience. And then I decided, fuck it, dude, I'm just gonna do it anyway, right?
Some of these people, they just be trying to hit you with the motherfucker. Did I just catch you having fun?
Dude, I saw that audio
Yeah,
on TikTok,
for
and I
real.
gotta show it to you. That shit was hilarious. That just gets you having fun. That just gets you into B shit. Anyway, that happened, and I posted that TikTok, and it did really well. It got like 500K or something like that.
Yeah, it was a big video.
I don't have it pinned anymore, so I can't see exactly. Like 500 or 600K
But
views.
people apparently were like upset.
But a lot of people, there were people supporting me, like Enoch. Brother Enoch's my homie, and he was like, "Bro, I hope you have fun on Valorant." Just like encouraging me to go, and I was like, "Sick." But
even if he had a bad opinion about it and he thought it was the wrong move,
he kept it to himself.
it's like, don't publicly shit talk someone and treat them like they need to be chastised for changing a game that they're playing. Like, that's
But there were a lot
silly.
of like 50% of the comments were positive. They were like, "Dude, play whatever you want. We'll still watch you. Blah blah blah. Make content. Do whatever's fun." The other half were like, "Apex fucking made you, you bitch. Like, you're not gonna get it, dude. Tell me you fell off without telling me." And just all these toxic comments. And then literally the next day, I woke up and went to go stream, and I noticed that we had just the purple star on Twitch next to people's names, and that means it's just, there's no sub icon. It's just a star. And I went through, and all of my cheeks, I had 6 emails of them telling me they banned all my bits cheeks, all my sub cheeks, and then a bunch of the emote cheeks that we had.
Yeah,
And I'm like, wow. So people got that upset that they came through
and
mass reported. That's crazy. That's probably one of the most toxic things that I've seen. And like, it's fine if you can be toxic to me in a game. People talk to me all the time in video games. That doesn't bother me. I just mute you and move on. It doesn't bother me. But you come after my livelihood. That was like 6 months into the full-time content journey, and then they're just gonna do that? That's gross.
Can't be fucking with a man's money.
No, I don't fuck with a man's money. I can lose my time, but I can't. No, it's the other way around. I don't care about the money. It's just the time that we put into the effort to making them pisses me off.
It is true.
My
Yeah,
livelihood.
I mean, we did.
She spent her time going through and making these emotes.
Yeah, it was very disturbing.
Just want them to be removed. You know?
I'm sure we're not the only people that have experienced that. So, like, I'm sure other streamers, other people have experienced similar things. It's just, it's gross. It's not just in games. It is we've been saying this.
It's an internet thing.
Chatting. It's a culture thing. It's like a game. Yes, the whole internet is a terrible place at this point, but gaming culture is now more so about actually being just a crude, nasty person to other people when they disappoint you in some way.
Yeah, being a piece, just being overly.
Back in the day was a different thing than it is today.
Right. It's positive to be a toxic piece of shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't know why more people don't get punished to some degree for being so rude, so whatever. I mean, I know bans in games sometimes happen, but normally it's like someone gets silenced for a week or whatever. But it's like, why aren't there more people willing to say, hey, no, that's really not okay that you're like actually being racist or being sexist, or
and here's
why are you stalking this female streamer because she said she didn't like you?
Here's the downside to that, though, is when you speak out like that, people come for you.
Yeah.
They will. If you speak out and you're like, dude, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop being toxic on Valorant. You need to stop being toxic on this. Like, you're being an asshole to her. They start calling you a white knight, a Redditor, a Discord mod. They're like, oh, you're fucking protecting your Discord kitten or some weird shit like that.
Ooh.
And then not only that is they'll Google you, and then they'll go to your platforms, if you're streaming, even if you have one person watching you, they'll come there and start shit talking you on there. They'll report you. They'll get your Twitter. They'll do anything they can to ruin whatever fun you're having. All because you decided it was time to defend somebody. That's why a lot of people just stay quiet. Because there's no point. You just get flamed by other people if you decide to speak out and you're like, dude, y'all need to chill out. People get upset by that. And then they'll come after you. And you don't want that. I don't want that. That's why I just mute people. Granted, we're using the podcast to speak out against it. I mean, there's probably more toxicity stories that we could probably tell, but there's, if you've heard of one, you've heard, I mean, I wouldn't say you've heard them all, but you've heard quite a bit of them. And it's all going to be the same thing. A lot of it's just it's sexism and slurs. That's where toxicity comes from. It's like I said, it's stuff you can't control. But I think we're nearing the end. I think the first episode, is the first episode. This is going to be good. We didn't touch on everything we wanted to touch on. Like we had some other topics we wanted to hit, like battle royales and their impact on gaming. Like we wanted to do that. Like I wanted to talk about that because I feel like the battle royale era should come to a close soon because I'm kind of sick of these games. But as an introductory episode, I feel like this is a good place to stop because we can always just do this next week. I wanted to make it like 40 minutes to an hour long instead of only doing like 25 to 30. But yeah, I feel like this is a good place to end the first episode. Oh.
And can I just put in there, we welcome feedback.
Yeah, that's true.
People can tell us in the Discord or email us.
I don't. I'm too self-conscious.
Okay, gotta tell.
But that's true though. If you do have any feedback on what we could do better, what we could do worse, what you enjoyed, feel free to tell us.
Just don't be toxic.
Just don't be toxic.
For real. We just had a whole episode about this. Like, don't be toxic.
Yeah, or next time you'll be featured on here, and we'll talk shit about you.
Just be kind to people. Hang out with the community. Be kind. Be nice.
Podcast.
Chill.
Yeah, just be nice to each other. All right.
Real. Absolutely.
So this will be the end of the first episode of Porch Talk Podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll be back, me, Lisa, and Thomas, next week with an actual full episode and not an introductory episode with more topic.
Let's hope
so, at least. All right, take it easy, everybody. You can't see me smile, but that's how I do my outros. I'm smiling. All right.
Looking at the camera again.
Look at this. Shut up, Thomas. Not looking at the camera.
Okay, bye.
Deuces.
I'm not looking at the camera, Thomas.